Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this Relationship Thursday where we are currently on a series which is entitled Mr. and Mrs. Right or Mr. and Mrs. Right Now. However, the series that we are in is entitled The Destiny Transformation, the 90-day Destiny Transformation, where we are starving our past and our history, accepting the life that Christ died for us to have, and also our purpose and our passion, which He has sanctified and ordained us for prior to creation. So, okay, and I believe that this is number 81. I believe it's number 81, y'all. So, if you have not subscribed already, subscribe. We are going fast. Seems like we just started the series yesterday, and already we're just about at the end of it. And so, anyway, welcome. I hope that you feel welcome. I know I've said it a couple times, but I hope you feel welcome. Please try to stay to the end. I have basically 7 ways in which that I cope with being sensitive. And so, okay, for those of you who do not know, my name is Sheila Rollins, and I am the founder of H.U.L.A Ministries, Entertainment, and Associates, Inc. And on this YouTube, we are Overcomers Anonymous, where we support anyone desiring to overcome anything. And we do it with Jesus Christ being our higher power, and also what He's accomplished for us on the cross. Therefore, our wholeness, our cleanliness, our completeness, our forgiveness, the things that we thought were impossible becomes possible with Jesus Christ being our higher power. However, in order for us to get all that He's offering, we must be obedient to His word. And I encourage the King James Version because it's what He encouraged me when I asked. And also the 10 Commandments, where He admonishes us in the 4th commandment to keep the 7th-day Sabbath. These things are binding on us for eternal life. The arrow next to the title is a description. All this information will be in there. So, okay. So, Choice is not with me tonight. We had a storm here. And so basically it was pouring down, raining, it was thundering and everything. And so we had to part. So anyway, so I thought that I would carry on with the topic that at hand, which is the sensitive self. And this is part of what we're talking about in the series, the authentic self. And I like this because never was there a time as it is now that I accept being sensitive. I can remember as a kid, you know, when something would happen and drastically my emotions would go from happy to sad or whatever it was, you know, then they would say, Sheila's so sensitive. Like maybe whatever it was that they said, that I should not have responded in the way that I did. It should not have impacted me in the way that it did. And so for the longest time, it's like I looked at it as being something negative, something that was like a plague or something, because I was sensitive. And so I could not deny it, because I was always constantly being reminded, like when something happened and I respond like from crying or in a hurtful way or anything or something, you know, they would say, Sheila's so sensitive. I'm not, if I ever wanted to deny, today is not it. Today is not it. You know, because remember, we're dealing with the authentic self. And so, for me to deny it, that is true, then I would be lying. And I'm not trying to go to hell because I'm trying to deny a part of myself. So I actually feel that being sensitive is a good thing, because to me, it says that I care about other people, and not just that I care about other people, but I also care about myself, how I feel, what I think, what I care about, what hurts, what doesn't hurt, what feels good. I care about myself as well. And in times past, I used to bypass myself to only cater to how other people felt. And so a lot of people was good with that. So when they said H.U.L.A's so sensitive, to me, it was like they're trying to keep from embracing how I feel, respecting how I feel, accepting how I feel or how I felt. And so today I just step up to the plate. I had a situation with Choice, and he said, "You're so sensitive." And I said, "And you're right. And you're right." And so I don't have a problem with me being sensitive. What I have a problem with is other people accepting how I feel about stuff. But however, nobody gets to ignore me. Nobody gets to act like I do not deserve to be heard. I do not deserve to express how I feel, to respond to what is impacting me in good or bad, you know. And so it's not a part of myself that I want to deny. So, okay, so how do I deal with that? Before I tell you that, let me say this. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. We're moving really, really fast, y'all. Subscribe, share the video, encourage subscription as you share. Remember to give me thumbs up. Thumbs help the YouTube. It helps me know what you like, and it gives me the confidence to keep putting out great videos. So please help a sister out. So, okay, so I have 7 things here. So these are kind of sort of in order. Okay, so a scenario. I can't really remember what happened and why Choice said that I was sensitive. But however, just like everybody else, it was almost as if instead of dealing with the topic at hand, you know, or how I responded to the topic, that he wanted to kind of get off on me being sensitive and not deal with like how I felt about whatever was happening. And I wasn't having it. I was not having it, you know. So it's like, yes, I am sensitive. And no, I am not going to ignore how I feel. And yes, I do feel that what I feel, what I think is important. So therefore, let us deal with the topic at hand. Okay, so, but that was my thing. Okay, so all right, so how do I cope with being sensitive? All right, so I already said that often people, they want to say that I'm sensitive, and the way that they say it is like something's wrong with it. That for some reason that I should not be feeling how I'm feeling, you know, because possibly they would not be impacted in the same way that I was impacted by a certain situation. So therefore, I shouldn't feel that way, but I do. And because I do, number one is I don't get distracted by, you know, maybe them wanting me to feel a different way or to not have the feelings that I have or not to respond in the way that I do. So I don't let it distract me. You know, it's like whatever it is, I deal with it. Before, it's like didn't want to rock the boat, you know, didn't want to change the mood in any kind of way. So therefore, I was like a stuffing it underneath the couch, only for it to pile up on something else and blow up in our faces. So I'm at the point right now, I don't just get distracted. I deal with the things as they come out. Sometimes things come at us pretty fast, but I try to deal with it as it comes. All right, number 2, stay on the topic. So, okay, I'm sensitive, but that's okay. It's not the topic. We're not going to get off on that. We're going to get off on the fact that you thought it was okay to sit up and talk to another woman for hours while I sat in the car. And that wasn't a situation, I'm just saying. Stuff like that. Stuff that people do that they know it's not right. Or maybe perhaps that they don't. But if it happened to you, then, and it felt badly, then you deal with it in a way that you see fit. Okay? As long as you're calm and kind. All right. So, number 3. I accept how I feel. Another person may not accept how I feel, But if they want to be in a relationship with me, they need to hear me. Okay? So I accept how I feel. That's the thing. I don't in any kind of way deny. Like when Choice said, you're sensitive, I didn't deny it. I said, yes, indeed. Yes, I am. And this is the thing. I not only care about other people, but I care about myself. And because I care about myself, I won't allow myself to be ignored. I won't allow myself to be treated poorly. Let's move on. Now, so in dealing with the situation that we had, I wanted to convey how I felt and why I felt what I felt and why I reacted in the way that I did or responded in the way that I did. One thing that I realized is that feelings are not fact. And a lot of times, if I can just get it out, you know, how I was impacted, why I was impacted. And a lot of times it's something that comes from the past that comes up that possibly is coming up from healing. But however, when I'm hurt without, like I basically didn't want him to give me a solution. I just wanted to be heard. I wanted him to say, okay, I can see how that, or maybe not, you know, but it would have helped. I can see how that would have bothered you. Like, especially if I put it on, like maybe how it would, if it was me and how doing it and how he would feel, then it was easy for him to understand what I feel. But like I said, I don't even remember what we were talking about. But anyhow, so the fifth thing is that he may not have understood. He may not have thought that what hurt me. He may not have thought that I handled it in the right way. But one thing for sure is that I required respect. I required it. Like sometimes we don't get things because we don't require it from a man or from anybody. But in this case, I'm talking about a man because I'm a woman. And this is Relationship Thursday. Okay? Remember, we get all we want from Jesus or all that he has for us in this life by being obedient to his word. Okay? And I encourage the King James Version, which I already said, and also being obedient to keeping the seventh-day Sabbath. So, okay. So I require respect for how I feel. I'm no longer a kid where I let, in times past, where people would say, you know, Sheila so sensitive. Golly, Sheila so sensitive. I no longer reject myself from feeling sensitive. I no longer allow people to make me feel bad because I feel sensitive. So let's do this. I looked it up, and I forgot to say this. I looked it up in the Oxford Dictionary, and I like some of the definitions, and I think Merriam-Webster kind of appeals to me a little bit more, but let's do the Oxford Dictionary, which says, quick to detect or respond to a slight changes, signals, or influences. Now, I think that applies to me a little bit, okay? Now, number 2 says, of a person or person's behavior, like sensitive to a person or person's behavior, or having or displaying a quick or delicate appreciation for others' feelings, but not just others' feelings, but for mine too. Remember, I ain't keeping myself out these days. I'm loving others as I love myself, which means I'm loving me first. Okay. So the 6th thing is basically like, you know, basically as to conveying how I feel and having a conversation back and forth. We kind of brainstorm some solutions. Okay. Some things basically that will work for me, you know, maybe some things that he could do to help me out, you know, like not subject me to certain things because of maybe certain weaknesses that I may have, you know, whatever, but in not any kind of way to like treat me like a kid or anything, not like that, or you know, make things in such a way to where he's walking around eggshells with me. It's not nothing like that. But basically, like, this is like the first situation that we had about this topic. So it's not about walking around me about eggshells, but it's really about like me not having to reject my sensitive self, you know, because that would be unauthentic for me. And we're on being authentic, all right, dealing with our authentic self. Check out my food fundraisers, y'all. They are finger-licking good and reasonably priced. There's vegan meat alternatives in size, non-dairy ice cream, and other desserts, and they are finger-licking good. So check it out. Veganism has a good rep. It can help change diseases. It can help convert them, reverse diseases, prevent diseases, help us to hold on to those young genes, and also it helps with longevity. Okay, and a recent thing that they found about plant-based foods also is that the protein is superior to animal protein. So check it out, y'all. Don't labor long. Don't stay, you know what I'm trying to say. Check it out. Okay, so all right, Merriam-Webster says easily hurt. There you go. Bam! That's so, you know, resonated with me. Easily hurt or damaged, especially easily hurt emotionally. Now, this other stuff, I don't even really want to read it because it gets like confusion. I'm not going to read it. So that's number one of Merriam-Webster. Other stuff is like, gets really confusing. But anyhow, basically, easily hurt, you know, not just feeling caring about somebody else's feelings, but mine. Because like I said, I was raised in an era where other people's feelings, the love or the care for other people is more important than me. But coming into the Lord where he requires us to love others as, that changes the whole scenario. As I love myself, it helped me to put things in perspective. God first, me, and then others as me. So I'm good. So all right, the last thing is basically to apply the solution that we settle with or that we agreed on, you know. So basically, that's how I deal with being a sensitive kind of person. And so basically, like a quick recap was to not get distracted, you know, not to get distracted into like veering off of the topic at hand, you know, letting somebody focus on being sensitive, but yet the topic kind of slips through, kind of slips away. So, okay, the second thing was stay on a topic at hand. Number 3, accept how you feel. Number 4, convey your feelings, okay? Not looking for solutions at that point or nothing, but being able to convey your feelings with support, a listening ear. Okay, number 5, require respect for how you feel, what you think, what you believe. Number 6, brainstorm some solutions to a particular problem that you may be having that prompted a sensitive reaction. And then the last one, apply the solution. So, hey, if you made it this point, remember, give me a thumbs up, okay? So this is all I have for you. Check out the ads that comes with the YouTube. You know, they're all very nice, so check them out. So now to him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise God, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. I love you. See you in the next video.